Okay.
Okay, so good day everyone. Today, I'm going to discuss Newton's laws of motion. Isaac Newton was one of the greatest influential scientists of all time. So some of his significant contributions in the field of physics includes the laws of motion, the law of gravitation, and calculus. So let's start discussing the first law of motion, which called the law of inertia. According to this principle, an object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion at constant velocity unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. What does it mean? According to Newton, if an object at rest, it will remain at that particular state. But if an object is already in motion, it will continue to stay in motion with constant speed in a straight line unless it is acted upon by a net external force. Okay. What is inertia? Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist changes in its velocity, whether motion or motionless. So, to avoid confusion, inertia is not a force. It is the natural state of an object to be at rest or to be in motion. Okay. Once airborne, unless acted upon by an unbalanced force, let's say gravity or air-fluid friction, the object would never stop. It will continue to travel in straight line with constant speed. Unless acted upon by an unbalanced force, this golf ball would sit on the tee forever. Why then do we observe everyday objects in motion slowing down and becoming motionless, seemingly without an outside force? Do you know the answer? Objects on Earth, like the frictionless space the moon travels through, are under the influence of friction. Okay. Friction is actually the force that tends to slow down and eventually stop all moving objects. Okay. Let's have an example. Let's try slide the book across a table and watch it slide to a rest position. The book comes to rest because of the presence of a force. That force being the force of friction which brings the book to rest position. So, if we try to move the book, it will acquire a certain velocity. However, once we remove the force, the applied force, the book will eventually stop because the force of friction will eventually slow down the book and eventually making it to a halt. In the absence of a force of friction, the book would continue in motion with the same speed and direction forever. That means, if we did try to neglect friction and all other forces that will impede its motion, then the object would never stop from moving. Okay. Let's have another example of Newton's first law and U. Okay. Don't let this be U. So, according to the illustration, wear a seatbelt. So, what is the purpose of the seatbelt? Because of inertia, objects, including you, resist changes in their motion. When the car is going 80 kilometers per hour, is stopped by the brick wall, your body keeps moving at 80 kilometers per hour. Because your inertia tends you to be in motion. Ilang minutes ba?